Number 15. Peer pressure. A woman goes into the Mississippi River after her dog chases a bird onto the ice and falls in. Her husband watches them helplessly because he does not have his phone on him to dial 911. A passerby is able to call, but precious minutes are wasted in the freezing waters. At 1 minute and 22 seconds, you can see how far they were from the pier before the ice gave way. Tell me if you would have gone out that far to save your dog. I think most of us would, especially. It would be a horrible situation, especially if you only had seconds to react, so I commend her bravery. By the end of it, she is unable to walk on her own and needs to be pulled to land. I'm so glad she recovered without any permanent damage. She had no energy left and wouldn't have survived another minute in there from the looks of it. Number 14. The breakfast mishap. I analyze a lot of weird things on this channel, but I think you'll agree there's no way making pancakes can be scary. Home CCTV video once again proves us wrong. They watch from the couch as it gets harder to see. Rescue workers let them out for fresh air and then inspect the scene. The Southwick Fire Department in Massachusetts later posted this video in February of 2018, saying the fire would have no doubt spread had they not been alerted. I don't know where the homeowner went, but it doesn't look like they would have come back in time, so I'm glad help arrived. Number 13. Escalator mutilator. Scary CCTV footage taken moments after a man steps off shows an escalator crumpling into a pile of twisted metal. An employee hits the emergency shutdown and stops the rushing ramp, which thankfully had no one else on it at the time. This horrifying incident is horrifying because it happens without warning, literally 3 seconds after he steps off. There is absolutely no time to react, and he would have been mangled in moments had he even been a few steps behind. This is a reminder that everything has to break eventually, and with that said, there always has to have been a last person to have used it. Hopefully it's not you. Number 12. Bizarre pedestrian encounter. A man casually walks down Henry Hudson Parkway in New York City, treating the busy lane as if it were his own personal sidewalk. All of the other cars have to switch lanes, and if one of them isn't paying attention, this could end very badly. A concerned citizen has pulled over to have a word. The following bizarre encounter is what he's caught on tape.
Do you need help?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to Flatbush.
You're going to Flatbush? Okay. Why don't we just stay there? Someone's gonna come over and take you, okay? Just stay there. Stay there. Hold on.
The confused conversation continues for a bit until the man finally understands he can be walking on a grassy field parallel to the highway instead of in it.
You see the path? You see the guy running?
Yeah.
You can go the same path. Follow the path all the way down.
By then, the police have arrived and seem to have taken care of it. Everyone else was completely indifferent, not even honking at him to get out of the way. I'm glad at least one person in New York seems to care about this person's safety. He obviously wasn't doing well and needed some help. Number 11. The Cave. Never go into a cave, warns a YouTuber named The Highway 9, who says a bizarre encounter caught on camera scared him badly. He is exploring the underground cavern when his dog begins suddenly panting nervously.
Oh! Come on.
There's a bat on the wall, but that's not what I'm talking about. In the darkness is a mysterious bald figure in black robes staring at him without a sound. A silent humanoid cave creature sighting that looks real and sends him for the exit, never to go into a cave again. Smart decision. Number 10. fish and chips and ghosts. The second floor of the Castle pub in England was closed for the day when this bizarre paranormal activity was caught on CCTV camera. A glass bottle is knocked over and then napkins are flung into the air. A ghost is throwing objects, or so they say. I'm not sure if this video is evidence of the paranormal. The investigators could simply be pulling a string to make it look like a poltergeist moment, as they've later described this encounter. Number 9. The Wheelhouse. Jim Cruz sees a tire cruise by his yard and launch into his Tulsa, Oklahoma home. It comes at his house with enough speed to knock chunks out of the wall and would have resulted in a hospital trip or worse. It's definitely not the kind of thing you'd expect while at your house at 7 in the evening on a Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence that almost ended his. Living so close to the road means it's probably time to install a fence. Number 8. Strange stairway sighting caught on tape. A person is straightening up their living room when they get the oddest sensation of another person walking by. No one is there, and yet they can't shake the feeling that something walked past, and so they check the home security video and find this very real looking ghost sighting. Sure enough, a figure walks up the steps at the exact same spot where he thought he watched something go by. Whoever it is literally dissolves as they go up the stairs. I wanted to know what you make of this ghost sighting because it looks real to me. At 13 seconds, he looks up at the very last moment and barely gets a glimpse of her fading dark hair. Number 7. The Bad Plumber. A plumbing nightmare ruins an apartment and it's all caught on tape. Notice the steam coming off. This water is extremely hot and he has to stick his face right up to stop the leaking. He manages to rig a temporary solution, but so much water is coming through that it ruptures the hose to an industrial wet vacuum. This should have never happened because the water should have been turned off before any repairs were performed. According to the uploader, the plumber thought he could save the apartment complex money by doing the job with the water still turned on. By the end of it, there are actual puddles in the carpet and I worry about the electrical wiring. They should get out fast. 2 apartments were ruined as a result, and everyone had to vacate while the buildings were remodeled. I can only imagine how upsetting it must have been to watch your belongings slowly get ruined, especially if you live under them. Truly an anxiety-triggering situation to watch unfold. Number 6. Norman's caught a moving statue. This video, taken on January 16th, 2021, is the latest video of the statue of Mother Mary, a statue that people say moves its lips if you relax your eyes and watch for long enough. The statue is in South Pasadena, California, and many people like Norman go here to reflect on life and seek spiritual advice. These are the moments he feels like the statue is caught moving on video. I can't say I quite see anything strange here, but Norman does, and maybe you do too. Some people have described a feeling of overall ease, even if they don't see it moving though. That could be the rumor's psychological effects. Maybe how much of it moves depends on how much you believe. What do you see? Number 5. Bike hippie ghost encounter. Harry, aka the bike hippie, has caught an unexplained voice on his video that he thinks could be a ghost. The bizarre encounter happened while exploring the beach. Something is next to the camera and it does seem to whisper his name. The mysterious whisper could be a shirt rubbing the mic as he turns the camera around. ghost EVP or mic moving across fabric? I'm not sure, but I know we can solve this one together if we try. Number 4. Randonautica Nightmare. Hunting the dead is led to a location near a cemetery. After asking Randonautica to go to a scary place, they pull into a parking lot where a single car is abandoned with the door open. Things only get more bizarre from there.
Creepy thing, man.
Dude, what the?
What?
Bro. What up, man?
They are being watched by a masked stranger who doesn't respond. They get into a scuffle and decide to back off.
Bro, are you serious?
Look at this.
Dude, you want more?
Hold on. I threw that guy into that friggin'.
Dude. Dude, he looks like a complete nut. I mean, come on, who does that?
Eventually, they leave him to whatever business he had back here in this creepy spot. It seems like the whole encounter was probably set up, because I don't know why anyone would be wearing a mask behind a shed for no reason, unless he lives in that car. Number 3. Antique Apparition. A Redditor posted a chilling screen cap to r/haunted on January 28th, 2021. The day her home security cam mislabeled something bizarre and scary in her home. The object shown here that's being misidentified as a person is, get this, an old antique funeral urn. The green box detects movement and the word person is there for all of us to see. A ghost haunting an urn really isn't that far of a stretch, considering what they are used for. I think this haunting image could be real, but I'm not good enough at Photoshop to tell if this is fake, so let me know. Number 2. Fatbergs. No, these are not eggs that landed from another planet. They come from the underground, even though they were never meant to exist. They're called fatbergs, and they're one of the grossest secrets about the city you live in. If you've ever improperly disposed of grease by pouring it down the sink, you're contributing to them. Fatbergs are a mix of hygiene products coated in cooking grease. They cause sewer backups by clogging the pipes and can take weeks to repair. A busted pipe leaks tons of sewage into the ground and also presents a hazard to animals. Dogs especially love to eat them and can harm them. So let's do our part to dispose of grease the right way. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because we upload a new scary video every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Street Encounter. This video of a woman's ghost is real according to the uploader, who dared to get closer to her than anyone else in the neighborhood ever has. Tell me what she says moments before he is chased. He turns around and discovers she has covered a large distance in a short time. Then she's right behind him, screaming. Hopefully this ghost sighting is not real, but there's a small chance it could be. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!